Hey, what's crackin', beautiful creatures? I'm Carl Asami.
And I'm Max Cal, and today we're going to be doing a small compilation of TMNT hacks, starting with the first game. This is Return to New York, and what it does, it's kind of an improvement over the first game. It rebalances the turtles' stats a bit, so they're kind of given kind of a better identity, like Raph is stronger, Mikey can jump the highest, and Don is good with special weapons.
Basically, Donatello is still overpowered in this game.
Yeah, and I can also understand there are some graphics in certain areas that were also given a bit of touch up, and look, you also have the ability to reload from the last map that you died from.
Thank God. Thank God.
But I think we're just gonna do a couple of levels here, so I'm just gonna hit start here. And here we are.
Oh, this is familiar. It's been a long time since I played this one.
So,
Max is playing this, by the way.
right. So this was one of the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game ever. This was made by Konami, of course, and back then it was kind of unknown in Japan, so it's kind of interesting that they managed to be the ones to pick this game up.
Yeah, I guess they saw how successful it was doing in the States and decided they wanted some of that money themselves.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can notice, but the graphics on Bebop and Rocksteady were given a bit of a touch-up, so it will look a bit more like them.
Nice. So, do you have to switch to someone who can jump higher?
Apparently he's not good enough to jump. Oh yeah, and one of the features in this game, if you hold up or down and then hit the start button, you can cycle through the turtles.
So you can quick switch between the turtles.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's another neat thing about this hack.
So with his jump there, I know in the original you could just get up there with Donatello and just spam the down attack and kill the boss there without taking any damage, but you can't do it in this hack.
Actually, I don't need to be in here. I mean, sure, I can get free pizza, but I can do that elsewhere.
So were the levels adjusted at all, or is this purely a graphical and stat hack?
Yeah, the levels are basically the same as the original game.
Okay. Yeah, to me as a kid, this game always came across as a game that had a lot of good ideas, but kind of interesting execution.
Yeah. Well, since it was made by a Japanese company, it really wasn't that recognized over here.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, in Japan, the game is known as it's loosely translated as Legend of the Radical Turtles. I always thought that frog enemy was kind of and this fire guy, and
those guys always cracked me up as a kid. I always just imagined him as a guy who was just on fire walking around and just couldn't die. It's kind of like fighting the Human Torch.
And I guess I was doing him a favor there.
Yeah, putting him out of his misery. Remember as a kid, we always thought the projectile that guy threw kind of resembled slices of pizza.
Yeah, this game made me very hungry.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah, this is another one of those games that we played a lot as kids, but we were so bad at it, we never got too far.
Yeah.
I think we made it to, what, level 3 maybe?
Yeah, from what I can understand, this game isn't really looked as fondly as the other games.
Yeah, the others are straight up, I mean, they're straight up beat 'em ups, which is, I mean, it makes sense considering the lineup of characters you've got in the setting. So this one is kind of, I mean, there is combat, there's but it's not really a beat 'em up game. It plays more like a platforming game.
Yeah.
They didn't change this.
Obviously, everybody knows about this trick. So I think Don's damage ratio was slightly adjusted, so he doesn't quite do as much damage, but I got him. We'll say this game does have some really sweet tunes.
Yeah, Konami really did create great music for the original Nintendo. And this is the level that a lot of kids had problems with.
A lot of people would quit around this point.
The original Nintendo is kind of famous for having a lot of tough water-based levels for their gaming library. And this is one of them.
Just think if they just adjusted a few things in its game design and improved the jumping mechanics, it probably could have been a better game.
Yeah. Now I wonder if they used a modified like Castlevania engine for this game.
I would have to look that up. Of course, this was based off of the 87's version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, yes. There's no CGI turtles back then.
Not like the ones we got today.
Yep. No, I'm not one of those purists who will go on and on about how, back in my day the cartoon was better. Because, in a lot, I mean, it's kind of objective. And I think, at least from what I've seen, a lot of the newer cartoons still have a lot of redeeming qualities to them.
Yeah.
They do try to take a more serious tone than the original ever did. And I'm okay with that, because the comic was always a little more serious. And the original live-action movies. Yeah, the jumping in this game was always a little on the clunkier side, in my opinion. There's that one jump in particular that the angry video game nerd kind of made famous in a lot of ways.
A couple of jumps, really.
Yeah, but I think, what is it, level 3, where there's this
there's the sewers.
Yeah, there's this little tiny hole in the ground that you think you have to jump across, but the ceiling is so low that it's impossible to make the jump. So what you have to do is just walk through it, and if you just walk through it, the turtle, instead of falling through the ground, will actually just kind of skip across the gap. But there's really no way to know that unless you just accidentally do it or just randomly try it after being fed up. So it's like this jump, but it's a single tile instead of two.
Oh my god. I couldn't make it.
Dang it. So it's jumps like that a lot of kids back in the day would have gotten stuck on. We certainly did. Causes you to replay sections over and over again until you land the jump. Not good gameplay design in my humble opinion, but whatever.
So who's your favorite turtle growing up?
I mean, I think most people probably thought Michelangelo was pretty cool. A lot of people liked Leonardo. I surprisingly, I always liked Donatello. I like the idea of someone who had range attacks, or not range attacks, but long distance attacks, and also some tech savvy. He does machines,
You're right. God, wow. I'm just gonna jump off.
Yeah,
here.
really. Those overworld sections, I can't believe they included combat.
All right, everybody's favorite part of this game.
Yep. So you have to disarm all of these bombs before the dam explodes. In some ways, I feel like this section, I don't know, it's more famous for how difficult it is than it probably has any right to be. It is very, very difficult, but replaying it as an adult, I wouldn't say it's as hard as some other Nintendo games out there.
Do you know that there's a DOS version of this game?
I did not know that.
It is terrible.
It's terrible.
In fact, so bad is that this level was not programmed properly.
Really? So what's wrong with it?
I don't know exactly, but basically it's impossible to beat this level. I don't think they give you enough time. I hope I'm not missing anything. I gotta be honest, I haven't really played this game in a while.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember exactly where all the bombs are. We're hoping to at least show off this level
Just to
before
show
we
that
move on to the next game.
not impossible. My favorite turtle growing up was probably Raphael. I mean, even though the movie and the TV show's incarnations were kind of contradicted each other. Like, the Raph we know today is more of a hothead, while in the 87 cartoon he was more of a wisecracker.
Yeah, I always thought he had the cooler, at least of the first live action movie, he had the best character arc of all the turtles. So it looks like you missed one back there.
Probably.
Well, let's see if you can swim through this and get that last bomb.
What? It's only 25 seconds. I'm sure it's back there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the genius I am.
Oh no.
I got faith. I have no faith.
So do you have to redo all of that now?
Ah, I guess not, but too bad I'm low on health.
Yeah, so the original game, I want to say the original game reset the bombs, but I could be wrong. The hack may have made this part a little easier, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think I'm kind of at a point in this game where there's not much to really oh, it's this one.
Wow.
Wow, that was the one I missed.
That was pretty newbie of us, wasn't it? So what do you think? You think that's enough of this one?
I just want to test one more thing.
Okay.
If I can't skip this cutscene. Yeah, basically the turtles come home and then realize, oh no, Master Splinter's been kidnapped.
And somehow Shredder has hotwired this TV to play this message.
So does that mean he knows the location of our hideout?
Yes.
Because that was one of the bases of the show. I'm trying to figure out where they are, but they're supposed to be kept hidden.
Well, this game just throws that out the window and goes straight for a kidnapping plot, like every other game of the era. You're always having to rescue your master, or your girlfriend, or your wife.
I skip this now.
I guess not.
I'll take a break from here for now.
Okay.
We'll check out a couple of other games.
Alright, we're back, and I have no idea what's going on, so Max, why don't you give us the ROM rundown here?
Yeah, so this is your typical graphical hack that replaces all of the characters with Nintendo and Capcom assets.
Alright, so who made this, and
Somebody by the name of Guardian, whose only other ROM hack is a Castlevania hack known as Final Confrontation. And this was one of the first things he made.
well, you know, the easiest way to get into ROM hacking is doing simple graphical hacks like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is Nintendo versus Capcom for Turtles 2, based off of the arcade hit. Yeah, the color palettes are
Interesting.
yeah. Hey, I get to be Mega Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Luigi. Hang on, Zelda. I like how they all have to share the jump animation.
Yeah.
Fire, we gotta get Zelda out. Okay, so we are rescuing Zelda.
Yeah, like Carl said, a lot of people got into the ROM hacking community by doing these simple little graphical hacks.
Yeah, even I, years ago, I started doing a simple graphical hack for River City Ransom that I never finished, but I was gonna replace the characters with you and myself, but never located all the sprites to do that and make it happen, and
Yeah.
got distracted by other projects, so I'm not even sure I still
moons
have
ago.
that. Yeah, that was quite a few moons ago. Before the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it a try one of these days. So this is just purely a graphical hack, right? No,
Yeah,
no other
nothing
modifications.
special really. I just thought it would open an interesting discussion for graphical hacks. Since there are some more thoughtful ones out there, like some of the Mario stuff you would see every once in a while,
Mhm.
where they replace Mario with Peach and Daisy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some of the most random ones out there, like you said, River City Ransom. Probably one of the most, probably the funniest one out there is replacing the heroes of River City Ransom with Wilford Brimley.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about
actor who was also the Quaker Oats guy and the diabetes commercials.
that. The diabetes guy. Shout out to his performance in The Thing as well. At least that
yes.
was good.
He's been in a lot of great movies.
Yeah. I think my introduction to him would have been Hunter, Texas Ranger.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
not Hunter, Walker, Texas Ranger.
I think he appeared in a couple of episodes.
No, he was in I think he was a regular on that show if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Speaking of Walker, Texas Ranger, do you know that there's a Double Dragon hack that replaces Billy with Chuck Norris?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah,
We'll have to check it out.
a lot of great stuff out there.
Chuck Norris, quite the legendary figure in pop culture.
Yeah. So back to Turtles.
Right, back to Turtles.
So of course, this was a port of the arcade hit, and this was around the point when Konami really started to get the Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first game, it had some good ideas, but it was a one-player experience despite having all the Turtles.
Mm-hmm. And when you've got 4 characters like that, it really does lend itself to a multiplayer game. I'm glad they started producing these things.
Yeah. Although, to be honest, I'm probably a bit more familiar with the arcade version than I am with the NES port.
Yeah, we never owned the this particular game when we were growing up. We just had Turtles 3.
Yeah.
Manhattan Project, which is excellent game. Love that game.
In some ways, it improved upon this game.
Yeah. But I have played this in the arcades quite a few times.
Yeah.
And it's a solid beat 'em up. It's solid. It's not super ambitious, but it gets the job done. Now, did this come out? Do you know if it came out before or after the Simpsons arcade beat 'em up, or was that about the same time period?
Whoa.
I'd have to look.
I'm pretty sure the Turtles came a little bit first.
No.
But how they decided to turn the Simpsons into a beat 'em up, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
That was an interesting choice, but you know what? I really, really like that game.
Yeah, considering what
It's got a
we
lot
only
of
had
character.
the first couple of seasons to work with.
Yeah, they managed to use a lot of cool character designs from the show and a lot of little hidden gems in there for fans who watched all the episodes up to that point. It'd be cool if they made another one
Yeah.
in the same style, just with some of the newer characters that have been prevalent since then. HD sprites. I always thought the fire effect in this version was pulled off pretty well.
Yeah.
It's Zelda!
We gotta save you. As
Oh my god.
Whoa.
We got Shy Guys being used as guns. That's pretty creative. Who are we fighting now?
I have no idea. I think we usually fight Bebop here.
Oh snap. I'm not sure who this is, I'm gonna admit.
I do believe he's from Zelda 2, but
Okay. Never played through Zelda 2 myself.
yeah, my familiarity of the Zelda lore is not as big as many people. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, unfortunately, the first Zelda game I ever beat was actually Twilight Princess for the Nintendo Wii, so as much as I love Zelda and I've admired those games from afar, I've never taken the dive to really try to play through all of them.
They change someday.
Oh yeah, it's on my bucket list. I gotta beat all those games. Yeah!
Oh, good job.
Don't mess with Luigi.
Oh no, Ganon, I guess.
No! Let's
Should we
go
do one
get
more level?
Ganondorf. Yeah, let's do one more.
Yeah.
We might see some new enemies in this one.
Oh, good job there.
Nice.
Still got one more life to spare, I think. So this had to have came out around maybe the same time as the second movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the first one was in the late 80s. I really enjoyed that first movie. I think we mentioned that before.
Yeah, the first live-action Ninja Turtle movie really was
Considering
lightning in a bottle. I thought they balanced the serious moments with the silly moments really well. It came across as a film and not just like a cash grab movie. And at that time, it was the most successful independent film of all time.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit more closer to the comics.
Yeah.
And then the second movie had Tokar and Razar, I think their names were.
Yeah, the second movie
Super
definitely had a
Shredder.
much goofier feel to it. It's not the themes aren't as dark. But there's still fun to be had in that movie. Even the third movie, as awful
Yeah.
as it is, there's some fun to be had if you're just trying to
Go
watch a
ninja,
bad
go
movie.
ninja, go.
Go ninja, go.
And then the third movie is just bad. I've only seen it
It's
once.
bad, but you know, it's fun to make fun of.
Yeah. Critics need it.
Yeah,
Oh, what does this do?
it's probably the pizza.
Yeah. Pizza power.
The Noid. Why?
Because Capcom.
True.
Oh, I guess I have to go now.
Another game I never played.
Yeah, I think that Noid game was originally based off of a completely different licensed character, and when they brought it over here, they decided to use the Noid license.
Just gave it a facelift.
Yep.
That was pretty common practice back then.
Yeah. In Japan, this game is actually known as Turtles 1. Since the first game didn't really acknowledge the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles license.
That's right, you mentioned that in the playing the last game here.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, so far, neither one of these hacks have kind of set the world on fire or anything. They're just kind of there. Although this, I would say, is a little more interesting than the last one we played.
Yeah.
There wasn't much going on there.
People have actually made reproduction carts of this hack.
Oh yeah? This would be fun to play on original hardware.
Yeah, just to mess around.
Oh,
I don't think that was in the original.
that's not PG.
Not at all. Mega Man learns where. Oh, what do we got here?
It's a Pokemon, isn't it?
Um,
Am I wrong?
I'm. Damn it, his name escapes me, but he's from Mario 2.
Oh, right. Wow. I should hang my head in shame for saying that.
Same company and
Same
art
company,
style's
same,
kinda
yeah,
similar.
similar art style. Got to at least kill this guy. Oh my gosh, I'm getting
Luigi.
wrecked. I guess not. I think we've seen enough from this one.
Yeah, so we got one more to showcase, so just give us a second here.
Alright, time for one of my favorite games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to be showcasing one more ROM hack here. I'll explain it later. Gonna be Raph as always.
Yeah. In this game, you kind of the best characters to be are Leo and Raph because they have the best special moves in the game. Great for the boss fights.
Wanna watch the intro?
Sure. Hanging out in Florida.
Come on, April's report is about to start. Here in New York, crime is escalating every day. That sounds informative. Gee, what happened? Brummer dudes, it's Shredder! In this game, he ups the ante a bit. He not only kidnaps April, but he also has the entire city of Manhattan in his grasp. And we're not gonna stand for that.
No, we're not.
Let's go, Turtles. The start of a long, hard... Well, we're not gonna actually get to the end here, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so this is simply a weapons hack made by, oh gosh. What was his name?
Well, we'll post it
ZURG.
right here.
Oh, ZURG. Yes,
Okay.
I remember now. This is the only Turtles hack he's made, but he's also made a couple of other hacks for a Kunio-kun Soccer League.
The Kunio-kun games are excellent games.
Yeah, part of River City.
Yeah,
Ransom
River
and
City
all that.
Ransom is
But,
part of that series.
So yeah, so far this hack seems like any other typical game, but here's the best part of it. Hit the select button.
Oh, okay. Is that the only thing this does?
Yep.
Anyone can use any weapons
At any time.
at any time. Okay. So if you're a kid and you're always fighting over who got to play which character and who got which weapon, this hack remedies that.
Exactly.
You can both have swords. You can both have Sai. Is that the only? And that's the only thing this does?
Pretty much.
That's still pretty cool.
So
That's
unless
clever.
you find the game a bit too hard, hey, you can have two Leos.
Yeah, I bet you can kill bosses really quickly if you're
Oh,
both
yeah.
spamming his
We're gonna
special.
be...
We're gonna be doing that later for sure.
Yeah.
Easiest way to beat this game: spam the down attack button where you throw the enemy over your
Yeah.
head. It kills most of the scrubs here in just one hit, and it protects your backside because they can actually damage other enemies as they're flying through the air.
really like the variety of foot soldiers in this game.
Yeah, me too. They still had to make them robots to get around Nintendo guidelines, but that's okay.
That's fine.
Doesn't
They were
affect the
robots in the
gameplay.
87 version too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't tell you how many hours we put into this game as children. This was one of our most played Nintendo games, easily. 'Cause, I mean, when you have friends over, like, you gotta play a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And Turtles were all the rage back then, so...
Turtles and pizza.
Yep. So I'd order up a pizza, pop this into the Nintendo, and try to beat it, which we rarely did. But we did manage to beat it a few times.
That was one of our proudest moments.
Yep. It's a very, very difficult game. Not impossibly hard, but very difficult. Ah, I should have been standing up there. Thought I was lined up all right.
Yeah. So have you ever checked out any of the other Turtle series beyond 87?
Not much. I did catch a little bit of the it would have been the early 2000s cartoon, I guess.
Yeah, 2003. That one is actually quite good.
Yeah, from what I recall, I liked what I saw. I think they were fighting some Tengu King or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I remembered binge watching it for a bit, and then I went off and did something else after season 4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were about 6 or 7 seasons of that one.
So it had a good run.
Yeah. And oh yeah, and it also had one TV movie which included a crossover between them and the 87.
I've always wanted to see that episode. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah. I think it actually served as the series finale for that incarnation of Turtles.
Very cool. Very cool. I still haven't seen the new live action movies either, although I've heard kind of mixed results from that experiment.
Yeah, first there was the there was the first CGI movie, and then the later ones were made by Michael Bay. Oh look, and
You can pick the same character
yeah,
too.
I just realized.
So you can't just, it's not just, you can share all the weapons,
Yeah,
but
you can
two
share the
Leos.
turtles. Yeah, I did not know that.
Very cool.
Alright, let's do one more level. This is fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew about the weapon switches, but I did not know you can pick the same characters. Good job, Leo.
I always really loved this level, although it makes no sense. Like, the surfboard somehow just follows you, and I don't know if you've ever surfed or not, Max, but this is, I assure you, this is not how surfing works.
Well, you're not accounting the fact that these may have been made by Donnie.
Oh, that's true. They could
And
be
they're science surfboards.
Science surfboards. You're right. You're right. Some great use of parallax scrolling here. Ooh.
Yeah, with 2 players, they can get quite a bit of lag on this level.
Yes. Yeah, they are pushing quite a few sprites on the screen at one time. And plus you've got the background moving at a lightning speed. It's gonna cause some slowdown on an 8-bit system like this.
This was in the 90s. It was around the point when they pretty much had this hardware down to a T.
Yeah, the good companies did.
Yeah, at least they did.
Konami and Capcom definitely had the system figured out by this time.
Think you'll ever see any of the Michael Bay ones?
Eventually, yeah. For a laugh one of these days.
Yeah. I remember mentioning before that they were going to be making another Turtle series, since they recently just finished up with the 2012 one.
Mm-hmm. Any plans to watch that, or?
I mean, I might check it out.
Yeah. Rob Paulson was gonna be in that one, right?
Yeah, apparently he's gonna act as the voice director. And they also have one of the storyboard artists from Samurai Jack working on it. And although they're making some interesting choices in terms of how this story is going to turn about. It apparently takes place in kind of a futuristic New York, and they're on a mission to try to figure out kind of the mysterious secrets behind the city, since it also combines a little bit of mystic force. And they also make Raphael the leader for once, rather than Leo. That's probably one of the... Well, aside from April O'Neil being black, Raph being the leader is also a pretty big change.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
And he also uses Typhus, whatever those weapons are called.
Mm-hmm. Instead of
Tofas.
Oh. Stick with the bow with these guys. I haven't been switching weapons enough. There we go. I think this will be our last level here.
Yeah, we're trying to run out of a few things to talk about.
And the hack doesn't do that much. I mean,
yeah.
If it were new levels and stuff, I'd encourage us to play a little farther, but since we're just playing with new weapons, it doesn't really change much.
Yeah, the only other level hacks that I know of is for the first game, but even those are based off of the original levels.
Yeah, ROM hackers out there, get on this. We want new levels for this game.
Is it even possible with the kind of utility tools we have?
Oh, anything's possible.
I suppose.
If you know assembly, you can do pretty much anything with the Nintendo, but I don't. I used to dabble with QBasic a little bit back in the day.
Yeah.
Never completed any games, but managed to do a few cool things.
There's practically a requirement for programmers to learn QBasic, even though it's...
Back in those days. Yeah.
It used to be a criteria. Alright, so here's the second boss.
What was his name? Woodchuck?
Ground Chuck?
Some Chuck. I totally forget.
Yeah,
I better switch my weapons.
I remember this guy from the Planet of the Turtleoids episode. Probably one of the more bizarre episodes of the series. Alright, he's almost dead here.
Should switch to swords. Or not. That guy used to give us a lot of trouble as kids. But once you know his patterns, he's not terribly hard. I think that just about does it for this one, though.
Yeah, that was all the different turtle hacks. I think this one may have been my favorite one.
Yeah, it's simple, but I mean, you're taking a great game and you're adding on to something that's already great in the first place, so yeah, how can you go wrong?
Yeah. Well, that was it. I'm Max Cal.
I'm Carl Asami.
And Turtle Power.
Yeah, Turtle Power.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Twin Opinion cares about your opinion, and your participation keeps us alive. So share your comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. You can also find Twin Opinion on Facebook or visit our website at asamiarrow.com.